On the issue of expenses, as you know, Mr. Duffy admitted this. I told Mr. Duffy I thought he should repay his expenses. We do provide some support for colleagues who have legal issues. That's not unique to Mr. Duffy. But when it came to those expenses that were taken from the Senate that we thought were not proper, I said to Mr. Duffy he should repay those expenses. I was told he was going to repay those expenses, and we were all told he had repaid those expenses. When I learned that was not true, I made that information public, and we have taken appropriate actions to make sure people are being held accountable, and that is what is happening.
I do find it interesting that Mr. Harper has decided to try to hide out in the North Pole during the Mike Duffy trial this week. He used to try to hide from my questions in the House of Commons, but they eventually caught up with him. On a whole series of subjects, Mr. Harper has said one thing and its opposite in the Mike Duffy affair, and as you know, you can't say one thing and its opposite and both of them be true. So a lot of that is going to be catching up with Mr. Harper this week. He can run, but he can't hide.
Mr. Harper is going to have an awful lot of questions to answer in the coming days, and I certainly hope he's going to be attending press conferences with all of you to be able to answer the questions that will inevitably arise in the coming days. My focus is not on the Conservative Party's lack of integrity in this example and many of the others. My focus is on replacing this tired, cynical, out-of-touch government with a better government, and that's what I'm going to keep talking about, and that's what I'm going to keep delivering to Canadians. A real plan for economic growth and an extraordinary team to deliver it.